I think you can split that in three. So start small. I think if you haven't started a business before, start a small business where the risk is low, that allows you to understand the basics of how a business will work. And you'll often find big businesses today were probably very small businesses decades ago. So it's quite easy to turn, well no, it's not quite easy, but it's possible to turn a small business into a large business over time. Secondly, make sure that you've got a clear route to profitability. I think it's quite common for new businesses to run out of cash. So if you're going to start a business, you're going to need cash. You're going to need that for you personally to live, and the business is going to need it. And unless you've come up with a clear way of how to make profit, you're going to struggle a bit further down the line. And finally, easier said than done for some, but start young. So I was fortunate enough that I started this business at 23 years old. I had another business before that, but the difference in level of responsibilities to when you're in your early 20s, you're still living at home with your parents and you can take risks. Whereas if you're married, you've got a mortgage, you've got kids, that's just a completely different decision you need to make of your appetite to risks to starting a business. I would have hired highly experienced senior managers earlier, because they truly are the leaders of growth for the business. They really push the growth for the business. But you know what, that's easier said than done, because when you're a small business, these people are expensive and you can't always bring in the experts. But what I'd say as a takeaway is, as soon as you can afford it, bring in the experts. Earlier on in the business, we were very much a business that was in certification and compliance. So think energy performance certificates, gas safety inspections, electrical safety testing. And we were very comfortable in that space. But I knew what I was trying to do was grow a large business, and to do that we were going to need to step outside of our comfort zone. So you start looking at what opportunities they are, and for me I was convinced that was heating for us. So installing new heating systems and service and repair. And it's very different to do that at scale to what we were doing with certification. But I was convinced that was the right industry to go into, and I believed strongly that we had the right team to deliver that. The team was smart enough, agile enough, passionate enough to be able to go into that market and deliver it well. And we did, we entered that and it was a success. And what it was an enabler to other work streams and to grow further on that. But not every decision you make in business is the right one. Business growth isn't a linear line up. It's much more turbulent than that. It's ups and downs. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. And I think the biggest takeaway from that is if you think you've made the wrong decision, just accept that and move on and crack on with something else, because you're going to make bad decisions as you go along. It's how quickly you move on from that that's really important.